All right, hello members and welcome to this week's update on the course. We're going to do it a bit different this week. Had a few questions come through asking what's the big green sea container to the right hand side of the 12th fairway, sits next to our pump station and irrigation dam. Rather than me explain, I'm going to talk to our course manager Rod Tatt. Nanobubble technologies is something we're trialling at the moment, and I'm going to talk to Rod about what benefits we would hope to see from the system, and then ultimately if it does work properly, and as we expect, there'll be a decision by the club and the board as to whether we proceed moving forward with it. So I'll hand you over to Rod. I won't talk about the Greens project this week, talk about that next week. Look forward to talking to you then. Okay, we've got Rod now standing inside the sea container. Rod, the reasons why the club is considering nanobubble technologies.
Hello Troy, hello members. Basically the water quality in the dam was a lot of algae blooms in the middle of summer. We're getting pretty poor water quality, especially in the late part of summer. The water temperature rises, the dissolved oxygen reduces, so the water quality on the golf course is pretty ordinary by mid to late summer. So we looked at this system to really clean that water up and provide the best water possible.
And the system itself is new to WA. Is it being used on the East Coast?
Yeah, so we looked at all options, and we looked at this system that's being used in the East Coast. So it's been, I think it's 4 or 5 clubs now over the East. So it's the first time it's in first unit in WA. So we've done a lot of homework in the last few years. I've been sort of knowing about this system for many years now, but really delved into it the last couple of years to sort of see if it can help here. So we're trialling it at the moment.
And what are the benefits, or some of the benefits we're likely to see from nanobubble technology?
Well, first of all, obviously the bacteria in the water. So the ozone mixes with oxygen and creates a nanobubble. So that ozone will take care of a lot of the bacteria in the water. So we're not having blue-green algae issues on the greens. And members may have seen that in the past few years, many years actually, of the greens sort of dying out in patches, especially late in summer. And we'll see some yellow spotting of the bacteria. So that's one of the main issues of the water. And the other thing, well, the biggest thing really that this system does is produce oxygen into that nanobubble form. So it's in a microscopic bubble that can last up to sort of 30 to 40 days inside that bubble before it can burst and obviously be available to the plant. So the thing with the technology is it can actually deliver right to the root system on the golf course. So we're getting healthier plants.
And one of our strategies moving forward is water management. We're not going to be getting more of an allocation, so obviously this should benefit with significant water savings.
Yeah, so already clubs are seeing up to 25% or 25% water savings. And that's what another big benefit for the system, obviously for us in WA. We obviously use a lot of water over summer, and we'd really like to see that reduce down and get the most out of our water and our wetting agents and things like that.
And now we're under a trial at the moment, and I guess how are we measuring the benefits? You say oxygen in the water molecule, and I believe that's dissolved oxygen. Are we measuring that running through the system, or are we also measuring that at the irrigation point, at the sprinkler head?
Yeah, so we're taking readings every day. So we've got our own probe. So we take it in our lake system here, which has a 3-stage system where the bores run into, and then it filters down into the main lake. So the main lake is what's being treated. So we test it here and also test it on the golf course at the furthest point from the pump station. So we know we're getting, as of yesterday, we're getting 12 parts per million of oxygen at the furthest part of the golf course, which is pretty phenomenal.
And the system, from your perspective so far, it seems to be delivering, and how are the results and what are they looking like?
Well, I think already we're seeing some great benefits of the system, especially with the new greens and the renovation of the golf course last week. The course or in-play greens have recovered really well from the renovation. We put it down to obviously the cooler weather, but certainly the water quality that we're putting out there is better than rainwater. So in terms of parts per million of oxygen, rainwater is generally about 8 to 10 parts per million. We're putting out sort of higher than that. So it's like having a rainfall event every night.
And one of the other big benefits is the inputs into the playing surfaces as well. Chemicals, wetting agents, is that true?
Yeah, so we would obviously, with a stronger, healthier plant, we would need less fertiliser. and that sort of thing, and stronger plant, less fungicides. So we're seeing our cost analysis that we did on it, we'd see a lot of reduction in our budgets there, and especially wetting agents as well. We use a lot of wetting agents here in WA, and obviously the water is such good quality that it's actually penetrating the soil twice as fast as untreated water. So.
Yep. So that ticks all the boxes with our environmental sustainability strategy. Do you just want to give a very brief run through of how the system works?
So we collect the water out of the dam. We have two pumps here in the background, up the back there that pull the water out of the dam, and it cycles through a set of injectors. So there's 5 injectors on each pump, and that's where all the magic happens. The ozone and the oxygen mix together and then form a bubble, and then it goes out to the lake. So one sort of discharges into the lake system up the top, and the other line discharges into our what we call the wet well, where the pumps pump from and pump out into the golf course. So in the wet well there, we've had dissolved oxygen readings up to 28, I think it was. So that's extremely good. So the dam at the moment is sitting at about 13, 14. So that's really positive.
All right, that sounds very exciting. It's hopefully going to deliver everything we're looking at. Look forward to seeing the end of the trial and the results being presented, and we'll keep members updated as it progresses. Thanks, Rod, for your time.
Thanks, Troy.